Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading an Arlecchino Listener by me. So let's get into it. Fontaine was shrouded in its usual mist. The vibrant city, bustling with activity. You navigated the ornate hallways of the office building, the soft glow of lanterns lighting your path. Your destination? Arlecchino's office. The Harbinger's office was an imposing one, and yet it was a beautifully adorned room. Papers and official documents were strewn across the expansive desk, and behind it was Arlecchino, her piercing eyes focused on a particularly lengthy report, barely even noticing your entrance. The soft rustle of your clothes as you moved closer finally caught her attention. "Busy day?" you asked softly, leaning against the edge of her desk. Arlecchino looked up, a small, wary smile playing on her lips. "You could say that. Politics are very tiring in Fontaine, and they are very important. Unfortunately, as the sole owner of the house, that means I must deal with a lot of things. The rumors in Fontaine are unending, especially when those rumors bring the journalists some money and attention. It is exhausting at times." "I can tell. Want some company?" you suggested, a mischievous glint in your eyes. "Always," she replied, her tone softening, although she did not take her eyes off of the papers in front of her. It seemed like she was indeed very busy, and you just wanted to give her some company, and perhaps that would make her mind feel a little bit better and lighten the load of her work in one way or another. So, with a light step, you moved around the desk, gently placing yourself on her lap. She raised an eyebrow, but didn't protest. Instead, her arms encircled your waist, drawing you closer as she continued to read the papers, writing down some things and signing off some others. You really wouldn't know. "You're quite a distraction, you know that," Arlecchino murmured, her breath warm against your ear, and you felt yourself smile, chuckling softly as you nuzzled into the crook of her neck. "I can't help it. You look too serious, and I want to distract you." "Seriousness comes with the job," she countered, though you could hear the smile in her voice. She was not irritated or upset that you were doing this. She needed something to get her mind off of it. There has been a lot on her plate lately, and it has always been that way. But maybe getting used to you being around made her seek these times more. Times where she would get to be by her side and get to have you and stop worrying about the world. It was those times where she got to feel peace. You shifted slightly, reaching for a stray paper that had slid to the edge of the desk. "What's this one about?" "Oh, that's a document that I told one of my children to steal. You know how it is. I wanted to use it against someone, but we're still working on it. I'm not in a hurry," she replied, nonchalant, and you found yourself smiling. You talk about these things like they're so normal. They are here in the house. Outside of it, they may not be. But you know how it is, so I don't need to lie to you," she says, and you do admit that she's right. There's no reason to keep up a facade of something that's really not true. You know how the house works. And so you examine the document briefly before setting it back on the desk. You'll handle it. You always do. Arlecchino's grip on you tightened for a moment. Your confidence in me is quite reassuring. Good, you replied, leaning back to look into her eyes. Because I know my trust in you is well placed. And for a moment, the two of you sat in comfortable silence. The rhythmic sound of the pen scratching against paper, the only noise in the room. The serene ambience of Fontaine seemed almost distant in the intimate setting. You know, he said thoughtfully, we should take a break. Go out. Enjoy the city. You can't be working all the time, Arlecchino. I'm only talking realistically. Arlecchino sighed, setting the pen down and rubbing her temple. I suppose you're right. A break might do me some good. Of course I'm right, you teased, planting a soft kiss on her cheek. When have I ever steered you wrong? Rarely, she admitted, a genuine smile breaking through her usually stern facade. He shifted off her lap, offering her a hand. Come on now, let's get out of here. The city awaits. Arlecchino took your hand, shaking her head as she chuckled, with her fingers still intertwined with yours. Lead the way, my love. And as you guided her out of the office, the weight of her responsibilities seemed to lift, if only for a while. The court, with its sparkling fountains and elegant architecture, promised a much-needed respite. Together, you ventured into the bustling streets, the world outside the office feeling lighter and more vibrant. And for just a short amount of time, paperwork and politics could wait. Right now, it was simply just the two of you, lost in the beauty of Fontaine and the comfort of each other's presence.